Good evening, baseball fans. It is Monday, May 29th. It is Memorial Day. Happy Memorial Day. I shouldn't say happy Memorial Day because it's not technically like a happy holiday, but it's a Memorial Day where we remember our fallen soldiers and, all of the people who died to give us all the freedoms and, make us some of you may question this, like the great United States of America. And if you do question it, I'm maybe, I don't know. That's neither here nor there. Like now we're like straying into political things, and I don't want to do that. So I am Susie. That is Tom. If you are new to the show, it used to be Susie and Shelby. It is for the time being Susie and Tom, because Tom is an awesome pinch hitter and is gracious enough to come on and fill in because unfortunately Shelby had to step away from the show due to time constraints. Like she's not dead or anything. Like we're still friends. Like I got so many DMs. Are you and Shelby okay? I'm like, yeah, why? And they're all, well, she's not on the show anymore. I'm like, y'all don't listen to the show then because I've explained this on the show multiple times what happened. And so they're like, well, and I was like, yeah, no, we're friends. Like she's busy and unfortunately this takes more time and it's not a thing. So like, oh good. Well, I don't know. Anyways, so I'm Susie. That is Tom. If you recognize Tom, you may recognize Tom from his many other podcasts, namely the Astros baseball podcast. I don't know, some football podcast. I don't do the football.
We have one. It's very early development. We're working on it. I mean, the season's a ways out. Football's really just getting into the full swing. So as it ramps up more, we'll hype it up and definitely have more content for you guys to consume right now.
I don't care about football. No.
Hey, it's understandable. It's not all the balls all the time.
No, just baseball. No football. Or the Relevant app, because both Tom and I are on the Relevant app on two different teams. Tom is on the less fun team with him and Rob. Rob, don't come for me. You know it's true. I'm just kidding. Rob is fun too.
We don't have the drinking games yet. We got to come up with something to compete with Susie's amazing drinking games. I've played. It is not for the faint of heart. You will consume copious amounts of alcohol, especially if the Astros are hitting.
That's fingers crossed, man. Fingers crossed. Anyway, so this is Bourbon and Baseball. This is season 2, episode 28, the one where we talk about everyone and all of the teams. If, like I said, if you are new to the show, if you are new to me, you should probably know that this is a rated R show. Not for the faint of heart and or children, but I'm not going to judge you if you let your children listen to this. Just know that there are copious amounts of F words and probably inappropriate adult humor. So if you don't care, I don't care. Just don't come for me. F word abounds. Okay. I really like the F word. And I'm not talking about food. Although I really do like food too. But that's not the F word I'm talking about. Like I said, inappropriate adult humor. I mean, there's just really, you just can't talk about baseball without sexual innuendos because it's a thing. And I don't understand how actual professional people can talk and say the things that they say without just cracking up. Like, I don't understand how they say, "Oh, he put some good wood on that, sir." I'm sorry. What did you just say? And like, how did you say it? And why did you say it like that? What? Oh, that he's got a long stroke. Stop it right now. Like, you know exactly what you're doing. I can't. And then I'm a 12-year-old boy in my brain, and I'm like, nope. It's all funny. So, just know that we will talk about NL, AL teams, probably not get to all of them, but we'll hit around, and then we will talk about our favorite team, the Astros. I don't know if you know this, but they're my favorite team. Sorry, Yankees, you're on the back burner. Where shall we start? Should we start in the NL?
It's always a good place to start for us, so we can build up to the AL and the juggernaut that is the Tampa Bay Rays. No, I'm thinking
Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah, pretty much Tampa Bay Rays. Yeah. Okay, so let's start in the NL and the excuse me, the Atlanta Braves and the LA Dodgers, because that's exactly who we had in the preseason, like being the front runners. Although the Braves are now currently getting smoked by the A's, like currently as we record. So we all have off nights because Yes, because they are currently getting smoked by the Oakland Athletics, the 10-win Oakland Athletics. It is bottom of the 8th, and it is 7-2 Athletics right now. It's not what I had pictured at all in the least bit, but again, we all have off nights.
Look, as an
Yeah.
Astros fan who just got a chance to see Oakland for 6 games in 7 days, right? Ish,
Mhm.
sort of. I mean, maybe 10 days, probably. There is a lot of good young talent on that Oakland team. And while you see their record and you go, the Oakland A's stink, they're horrible, they're giving up all these runs, they can also score them in bunches. If they can get any kind of pitching going on, they'll be decent.
Mhm.
And apparently, whoever pitched tonight spun a gem because to only
Paul
give up
Blackburn.
2 runs to that Atlanta Braves offense that is very volatile. Now, the one thing I wonder, if you watched a lot of baseball, guys move around. So Carlos Correa was playing for the Twins today against our Astros. He struggled mightily first time this season, I believe, back in the juice box. Something weird about going to your old stomping grounds where you just don't perform that well. There's a lot of guys on that Atlanta Braves team that were Oakland A's.
Yeah.
I mean, Atlanta basically robbed them of all their talent and said, here, you can have some minor league guys that we may not want ever again. And
Yeah.
they're struggling.
Yeah, but Matt Olson is 1 for 3 with 2 runs and a ribby, 1 strikeout on a walk. Sean Murphy is 1 for 3 with a ribby and a walk and a strikeout. So I mean, yeah, but no. I pretty much that's it. Well, and Austin Riley. So it's pretty much the top of the order doing damage. Ozzy Albies has gotten a hit, but the rest of the lineup has not done anything. So they're 1 for 6 with runners in scoring position. So there's that. But it was Michael Soroka that was the starter for them. So maybe that may be it. I don't know. And he came back after 2 years, I think, of 2 blown Achilles. I think that was what his thing was. So, but I mean, the fact that they've lost 2 of their starting pitchers, and then they're still like rolling, it's the Braves. So you're gonna have an off day. But the Braves are 32-21. They lead the NL, and the Dodgers in hot on their heels, 32-22, winning percentage of .593 versus the winning percentage of .604. Yes, tiny kitten. We got a tiny kitten situation over here. I'm sorry. Keep going.
They are 2 of the best teams in baseball. I mean, when they look at their rosters, there's no reason why they shouldn't be as good as they are. It's weird though. Baseball's funny. You would think they have no business losing to an Oakland Athletics team. Here they are potentially going to lose.
Yeah, but baseball's dumb because the Miami Marlins is second place in the NL East. 28-26. Their winning percentage is .519, and the New York Mets at exactly .500. The Phillies at 25-28, .472, and then the Washington Nationals at 23-30, and then the Diamondbacks. Those snakes are sneaky. It's a sneaky snake. 31-23. They're only a game back of the Dodgers. The Arizona Diamondbacks. I've been calling for this. The preseason said if they got any sort of pitching, they would be in it. Wild card. That I called that. And then the Central. I mean, what are we doing, Central? St. Louis got hot for a hot second and then not so hot. So they're still tied. Oh no, they're not tied any longer. And they're not the last place team any longer. That's between the Washington Nationals and the Chicago Cubs. Poor Cubs. So are they going to sell then at the deadline? I was not thinking that they were, but looking at this, they may blow it up.
And what does that mean, really? I mean, does that mean they send Stroman somewhere, Marcus Stroman? Probably. Does that mean they turn around and they move um, the ex-Dodger.
Justin Steele. Oh,
Oh
Cody
no,
Bellinger.
Bellinger. Yeah, I don't think Steele's going anywhere. He's good and he's young, and I think they build around him. But you got guys that they aging veterans, and I guess Bellinger's not an aging veteran, but they only brought him in on a 1 year deal. Rental type players that, yeah, another team could go. You know what? I'll take them for a stretch run, and then we'll see what happens. I believe that that's probably if I'm a Cubs fan, I'm rooting for that because being in the middle is the worst place in the world in any sport.
Right.
You either need to be all the way at the bottom or all the way at the top. And if you're in the
Yeah.
middle, you're just screwed both ways. You can't go get good young talent because you're not drafting high enough, and you're not good enough to go compete with the big boys because they've got all the talent. So
Well, and they've got some young talent that has come up and done some damage. I mean, Matt, aka Mash Mervis, their first baseman, because they DFA'd Eric Hosmer, and so now first base is being platooned by our World Series hero Trey Mancini and Matt Mervis, and then Morel, the tiny mushroom man that I like to call him, that did some freaking damage against us. He's been all kinds of hot. I want to say there is Justin Steele, who we teed off on, but has been overall really, really good. And then there was one other really young player, Nico Horner. That's who their second baseman, Nico Horner. So, I mean, a decent group of young kids like coming up that they could probably build around. What's the deal with Marcus Stroman? I obviously this is like pre-Susie before baseball knowledge. What's the deal with him? All I
how
know is that like he is
socially, is that what you mean? The player?
I guess I gathered kind of tangentially that Astros fans not a fan of Marcus Stroman, and I didn't know if it was like that particular group of Astros fans or like if he said shit about like the cheating scandal overall or like what was the deal with Marcus Stroman and like
Oh no, he
why?
spoke out openly against the Astros for cheating. He
Oh,
was
okay.
he was with his chest out, you know.
Like Cody Bellinger level
I don't think
talking
anybody's
shit?
Cody Bellinger level, but so like because Cody did it in front of a camera,
Uh-huh.
like Stroman did it on Twitter.
Ah,
Yeah. There were tweets out there. So he's
interesting.
actually made more enemies than friends. Like he went after the Yankees and Yankees Twitter, and he's one of those guys that probably shouldn't be tweeting anything, you know?
Take
Like
away his phone.
basically, I mean, it can't help him, it can only hurt him, you know? So
Gotcha. Okay.
there's a lot of fans that aren't a fan of Stroman.
Of Sherman. Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually like I didn't know that whole deal, and I was like, what's wrong with Marcus Sherman? I mean, like I've seen his because he is quite outspoken about a lot of various things. So I didn't know which thing people were mad about. So, it is what it is. So, but the Pittsburgh Pirates still have a better record than the St. Louis Cardinals. So, I don't know what they're doing over there. And then San Diego spent $9 gajillion to be one of the last place teams in the NL. I don't know what you're
They
doing over there either.
they started a series with the Yankees and stuck it to them, and then proceeded to lose the next two games. And that's with Tatis homering. That's with
Juan Soto going.
Juan Soto going. I mean, tape measure bombs. And I was like, they're back. That's all they
Yeah.
needed. Those were the guys who were struggling. Didn't matter. The pitching sucked. Yu Darvish got shelled, and Yu Darvish was historically owning the Yankees. And all of a sudden he gives up all these runs. So they're just a mess all the way around. I don't know how you fix the Padres right now.
I don't know. Manny Machado's hurt. He has a fracture in something. Finger, hand, wrist?
I think it was a hand.
Hand? Okay. I was like, wait, Manny Machado's not playing? What's going on? Obviously, I've paid so much attention to the Padres. And then the Colorado Rockies have been sticking it to teams that they probably shouldn't be sticking it to, but it's neither here nor there. The Brewers, damn you Brewers. We lost a series against the Brewers, and that's just unfortunate because we used up all our
Brewers.
in the say it with your chest, Tom. The first place in the Central, yes, 28-25. I mean, it's not a. I mean, I say it's not a record to write home about, but it's only lower than us by a smidge. I don't actually know what the level of quantity of smidge is, but it is what it is over there. But yeah, I don't I don't know what the Brewers are doing though, because if you go to the wild card standings, like are they getting a wild? Are they getting? Yeah, no, I say a wild card. They're not getting a wild card. They are getting into the playoffs because they're leading the Central. Do you think they hold on to the Central though? Is the question.
So last year, about this time, they were in a similar position, out in front, playing good baseball, get to the trade deadline.
And then they
They
traded
trade
away
their
Josh
closer.
Hader.
And it was like, excuse me? And they had a guy that was, I believe, their setup guy that looked really good, promising, whatever. But you're leading the division. Why would you trade, a stud?
Yeah, well, I mean, and Devin Williams and his airbender are magical / nasty. And I mean, I don't know. But who else out of the Central is going to take it? Because the second place Pittsburgh Pirates?
Well, that's what I was kind of getting to. For whatever reason, St. Louis found a way and walked them down. So I know the hole is great and they've been very average, but their lineup is very potent.
Yeah.
They got all the bop in the world in that lineup. If they can find an ounce of pitching, there's nothing stopping them from getting them. Not to mention they play each other a ton, in interdivisionally. So
yeah. Well, so a few episodes ago I had on Kelsey Bird, who has her own podcast called Peace, Love, and Baseball, and big Cards fan, huge Cards fan. We talked about Wilson Contreras and the whole thing, and we talked a lot about their pitching philosophy, essentially. And it's basically their, from top to bottom, it's pitch to contact, ground balls. Do not try and strike anybody out. And I was like, I'm sorry, what now? She's like, yeah, I'm all, I mean, yeah, like I understand kind of the concept, but you're not trying to strike anybody out. Like that's why your infield defense is so good. But like, with the banning of the shift, or not the banning of the shift, I guess the moving of the shift, it has hurt them because it's no longer right at the player, and so now that is. I mean, they don't have the best pitching lineup to begin with, but you take away the shift and then it's exponentially worser. That's not a word. More bad. That is also not correct. Oh, Lord. And this is without any alcohol, people. This is without any alcohol.
Sober Susie, word struggler.
I would probably care less if I had alcohol. That's probably what needs to happen. Anyways, but it's not a good situation. I mean, you have 90-year-old Adam Wainwright. He's not 90. He's 41.
In baseball years, he's 90.
41. Yeah. But I honestly believe that they kept him on for veteran like leadership and not so much pitching capabilities, right? And then, Jack Flaherty, who has been hurt, and Miles Michaelis, and then you had, Jordan Montgomery that they went and got at the trade deadline, has been arguably kind of their best pitcher that they got from the Yankees last year. So, it is, I guess it is what it is at this point, but people are calling for Ryan Helsley's head because apparently Helsley's blown a bunch of saves, and I'm all, yikes. So Cardinals fans, sound off in the comments, and tell me, do you want Ryan Helsley's head? Do you want, whose head do you want? Are you okay with Ollie Marmol? Do you want Ollie Marmol fired? Because that's between that whole dynamic and the clubhouse and the Wilson Contreras thing, and then Andrew Kisner. I don't know what's going on there. But
it's a lot.
Maybe they pull it out. I don't know. Maybe they trade away their 43 outfield depth positions and get some starting pitching. Who knows? So Arizona's been doing it though. I am also not so secretly rooting for the Diamondbacks to win it all. not win it all, because Astros. But like I would love it to see the Diamondbacks and the baby backs, take on Atlanta or the Dodgers. Although I don't think that's gonna happen. Though it would be a nice pipe dream. I'd love to see them take on the Dodgers and win. I don't think they could take on the Braves though, because the Dodgers have lost all kinds of starting pitching too. It's like the year of hurt pitchers.
And you know what? It's normally like injuries happen, right? We see them all
Right.
the time. But for whatever reason, this year, and I keep looking at the pitch clock thing, you're seeing pitchers just go down everywhere. And maybe not, extreme stuff, but it's weird, like funky injuries, right? Forearms, shoulders,
Yeah.
lats. I mean, just all different things where I'm sure there were those injuries before, but it just seems more prevalent this year than in recent years.
Yeah, I don't even know. Well, and so the Dodgers have called up 2 of their prospects. Another Bobby Miller, who's throwing fire. Gavin Stone, who apparently was really good as well. So
Bobby Miller is a linebacker with a baseball in his hand. He is 6'5", 220. Like those are combine measurables for a linebacker in football with a baseball. Like that.
So
I
he's
can't
like
imagine being in the batter's box and that dude getting like what is it, 20 something inches up,
yeah.
and then he's 6'5". Where's this ball coming from? The sky? It's
So
gotta be ridiculous.
So he's like Jordan size?
He might be. Is Jordan that big or is he bigger?
I want to say I thought Jordan was 6'4", 6'5". No, I don't know height, obviously, because they're saying that Alex Bregman and Jeremy Pena are the same height.
Jordan is 6'5", 225. So if Jordan skipped a lunch and put him on the mound, that's what you got. That's Bobby Miller.
That's scary.
Yes.
That's a scary thought. So basically, like he's halfway to the plate. Like by the time he like releases that ball, that's some scary shit. That is some scary shit. And I've said it
Nobody's
before.
charging the mound at that dude.
No. But like, you definitely don't rely on Will Smith as the catcher to save you. Although if you're Marcell Ozuna, you just backswing him and you're okay. I don't know. Maybe that's a situation we need to talk about. Like, what the fuck, Marcell Ozuna? How are you? He's like, well, everybody knows that's what I do. Well, then maybe you should not. Like, that's head injuries, bro. What the fuck are you doing? Stop it.
I will say this though, in watching that, I felt like Will Smith jumped out of the crouch way too soon. Like he was up in like, I would think in his personal bubble. Now I'm sure his backswing is probably way longer than it should be, but he probably needs to stay down just a little bit longer, and then maybe it didn't get hit.
Well, and I think maybe he was a little bit more, I don't want to say in tune, because he had just come off of concussion protocol, and Marcell Ozuna is way far back in that box, like way far. That sounded way worse than I meant to. He's standing like literally, his back foot is like on the back line. That's just I didn't mean to see it's. And I say the things, and I don't, and then I replay it.
Ma'am, what did you mean by that, ma'am? I have all the questions, ma'am. What did you mean?
That's how the announcers get away with it, because they don't listen to themselves as they're talking, and they like, oh shit, now it's too late. And then if I say anything, it's going to draw more attention. But yeah, no, his Marcell Ozuna's like back foot is I think right on top of that back line, and you're all, sir, that's very, why are you standing so far back in the box? Like, and then like listening to reasoning on that was, like, so that he has more time to see it. I'm all, more time, like half a second more. Okay, whatever. But then that ump cam. Now, I don't understand how anybody, literally anybody hits a fucking baseball, because that ump cam, I'm sorry. Nope. I can't fault anybody Jeremy Pena, like when we're talking shit about you,
Those
trying
sliders.
to hit low and away sliders. I'm sorry. I talk all the shit. Okay, like I couldn't hit it. Nope. No. I'm very sorry. And I think maybe we need to see the ump cam a little bit more so that like Yahoo's like 99% of the rest of the people that don't play actual professional baseball will be like, "Why the fuck are you swinging at that, bro? I take that 500 feet deep." No, the fuck you wouldn't. Shut the fuck up. If you could do that, you would actually be there. Okay, like you wouldn't. Stop it. Spencer Strider, that was just nasty, just absolutely nasty. And then, we're gonna get to you, Wanderon. That's just I'm shaking my head for all of the people that are just listening and not on the YouTubes. If you don't follow the Twins, and if you did not watch this last Twins versus Astros game, you won't know who Wanderon, that's the Twins closer. And when I say the Twins closer, like you want to talk about absolute freaking fire and filth and nastiness, try having 104-mile-an-hour fastball just dotted at you. And then conversely, an 86-mile-an-hour curveball coming out of the same slot. Like it's not pretty in the least bit at all. There's just no way. And so I can't even get mad at people. When they're like getting dotted up by 104-mile-an-hour fastballs. Everyone's like, it's so easy to hit. I'm sorry, what now? No.
So, you know how we talked about Bobby Miller?
Mm-hmm.
6'5", 220.
Mm-hmm.
Yordan Alvarez, 6'5", 225. Johan Duran, 6'5", 230. So he's got a little extra junk in his wagon.
He's a solid motherfucker. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Nope. No one's charging down at him either. Nope. Mm-mm.
Nope.
So yeah, I think everybody needs to watch ump cam footage of pitches just coming in, and then you're all maybe that's why they're not able to hit a ball, because it looks like a fucking aspirin coming at you, like what? And then people are like, oh yeah, no, you can see the seams. I'm sorry, what seams? I didn't even see that ball at all in the least bit, and now you're talking to me about fucking seams? No, absolutely not, sir. Stop it. And then my husband used to play baseball, and like, played like minor league ball and all that fun stuff. And so he's like, oh yeah, no, everybody, you see, I'm all, you see what? What are you seeing? You're not seeing shit. No, like I don't, no. So it's, if you heard the commotion, that is the new kitten just getting into all of the things, apparently. So I have a new orange kitten that has adopted us, and I have children, and they're very cute, and they just, look at this kitten, mom. So anyhow, it's the commotion that you heard. I apologize. So yeah, so that's the NL. And Braves, Dodgers, Mets. I don't know what you're doing, Mets. Mets are not having a good time, but their baby Mets are doing very well. They're letting the kids play, unlike some people. And their baby Mets are doing very well.
Are we going to do that this evening?
No, we're not. Brett Beatty, Mark Vientos. I mean, just catcher, first base, third base. They're doing it all over there, baby Mets, and just absolutely helping that team out. Justin Verlander, however, I guess we got the one good year of Justin Verlander. I don't know. Like, I feel like maybe it's still early for him though, and it's like spring training still for him. Like, he's not locked in completely yet. So I think
we got more than 1 year out of Justin Verlander. I think
no, just the 1 year of a 40-year-old Justin Verlander.
I think again, the Astros were wise not to chase the last little bit of baseball left, because he's proven this year already it's there. But in between that,
maybe not as consistent as it once was, though.
He's very mortal compared to past years where teams weren't doing anything with him. Now, occasionally he'll get touched up a bit. So
yeah,
same thing with Scherzer too. Both of those guys have not been the $45 million man or $43 million man or whatever.
No. Just Max Scherzer and Justin Verlander's salaries are more than the entire Oakland A's payroll. That's some bullshit, guys.
by a lot. It's not even close.
That is some fucking bullshit. So we're gonna roll through the AL just real quick. The AL East is a wagon, guys. Just know that the AL East is a wagon, and that if 3 of those teams were in other divisions, it'd be over. So Tampa Bay Rays, look good on you. The Baltimore Orioles would be a bigger story if the Tampa Bay Rays were not doing what they are doing, because the Baltimore Orioles are only 4 games back, and they are doing this without pitching, guys. Without pitching. Okay, they're just hitting the ball all of the places that people aren't. And then the Tampa Bay Rays just have it on both ends in spades. And Jose Siri, I miss you and your lollipops in your hair. Okay, like, but I just unfortunately I don't think Jose Siri could do that here in the Astro dugout. I don't think Dusty Baker was gonna be about that life. Not in the least bit at all.
The one thing I'll say, and this has nothing to do with Dusty, this is more about some players, and it's like they need to find that one home where they just feel comfortable in their own skin.
Mm-hmm.
As much as, I assume you and a lot of people loved Jose Siri, the flamboyant guy that he was, the way that he played the game, he never felt comfortable at the plate anywhere. Like it wasn't him. It wasn't the right fit. He gets to Tampa. They say, hey, we're going to give you center field. We don't care, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to make an error, you're going to make an error. If you're going to strike out a bunch, you're going to strike out a bunch. And they just let the kid play. And with the Astros, it was more like, bro, this team is set to do damage. I can't afford you to, you can't be effing around. Like, I need that.
I think, he was that part of that whole center field carousel with him and Jake Myers and then Chat, and then like and Miles Straw. Like, it was a whole carousel before Siri kind of got his footing, and then he pimped that home run, and then he tweeted about the home run, and I think that was the last straw.
Look, I don't think it had anything to do with the home run.
You don't? Okay.
No. And I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to break it down. Because Jose Siri was a K machine. The Astros pride themselves on not K'ing a ton. They're one of the least struck out teams in all of baseball. Jose Siri was not that dude.
Excluding Martin Maldonado, guys. Don't when
again,
we say these things,
he's
just don't think about Martin Maldonado.
He's beyond reproach. Martin can do no wrong. He can, he walks on water. Anyway, so in 2021, when he was a member of the Houston Astros, he had 49 plate appearances, 46 at-bats. He struck out 17 times. So literally half. It was a K. And it was just like, yo, bro, calm down. 2022 with the Astros, struck out 48 times in 135 at-bats. The dude was just a K all the time. And that was with a 178 batting average.
Yeah.
So,
well, he's
not that anymore.
No, he's found it. And he's very comfortable over there because the Rays are just playing out of their freaking minds. Just all of them. Literally all of them. I want to say that there's like 7 players with an OPS plus of 100 or more. Like, what now? Did you know that Josh Lowe is Nathaniel Lowe's brother?
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware of that. I did not know that. Did not.
Oh, and back to Jose Siri. So he gets traded to Tampa, right?
Mm-hmm.
Batting average goes up 241, hits 4 homers, K 60 times in 178 at-bats. So the guy has 325 at-bats and Ks 108 times. So every third at-bat was a K. And that was the problem.
Yeah.
And this year, guess what? Allowed him to play. He's 27. Now he's had 33 strikeouts in 100 at-bats, but he's got 9 homers and 20 RBIs. And you're like, I can live with that. The Astros couldn't.
Yeah. 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 No, the Tampa Bay Rays say, Jose Siri, come play with that. Play with us over here
Live your
with
best life.
Harold Ramirez and lollipops in your hair. Like, do it all day. Yeah. So Tampa Bay Rays are a wagon, and that's with missing 43% of their starting pitching as well. So they are getting touched up a little bit more. The arms that they have brought up to replace the other arms are getting touched up a little. But then they just bring out a barrage of no-name relievers, and you're like, who the fuck are you? Just the Tampa Bay Ray Arm Factory over here, just doing the things. So, remember how I said that they were going to fix Jake Diekman?
They
I think
did.
well, yes and no. His first appearance looked great. Second appearance got touched up. So I think it's a work in progress for Jake Diekman. So the Baltimore Orioles, like I said, 4 games back, their winning percentage is .630. The New York Yankees are 32-23. Boston Red Sox 28-25, and the Toronto Blue Jays 28-26. Toronto has lost their last win was they took the one from the Rays where they just demolished them like 20-1 or something like that. And then they proceeded to get smoked by the Rays. And then they went into the Yankees and got swept. Am I correct on that? I think.
Yeah, they won today though, I believe, or they won yesterday.
Okay. I think they won today.
Okay.
Let me check on that so that I don't. No, they did not. They got shut out today
Did they really?
by
Jeez.
the Cubs. Mm-hmm.
By who? No, that was the
Exactly.
No, the Rays got shut out by the Cubs. Toronto did
That's
not.
Oh, no, I'm a dumbass, and apparently my brain said Jays, same thing.
The Jays won 3-0 yesterday against the Twins, but they were
Okay.
3-7 in their last 10, so they are struggling mightily.
Let's see. So Jose Barrios has been meh. Kikuchi. I can't say that name without giggling in my head, obviously. And then Alek Manoah. I don't know what's wrong with you. And all of the stats said that Alek Manoah was playing out of his mind last season, and he's now regressing to his mean, basically. And if I never hear the phrase regressing to the mean ever fucking again, it will be too soon. Okay. Literally, that's what like everyone is saying. Well, I can't. So basically, this is Alek Manoah. This is who Alek Manoah is. Last season was a fluke, and that kind of sucks for the Blue Jays because Alek Manoah was on fucking fire for them. And Gosman's gotten touched up. So at this point in time, you're like, who's your stopper? Jose Barrios? What's going on there? So Chris Bassett has actually been really good for them. So I think this year Chris Bassett has been their stopper, which I don't think I saw ever. No, not in my head, Chris Bassett, but he's been really good for them. But yeah. And I don't know what's happening over there with the Blue Jays because they have that deep lineup. And it's not working. Vladdy, Matt Chapman. Matt Chapman has cooled off. Bo Bichette. But their backup catcher, Danny Jansen, just went on the IL. Alejandro Kirk is up there. They traded away their third catcher, Gabriel Moreno, to the Diamondbacks. So I don't know. Blue Jays fans, if you're there, are you worried yet? Are you panicking? Is your hand hovering over the panic button, or is it like, yeah, like pressing it completely? Because like I said, if you were in any other division, like you would be good, good-ish. You would be
The Central.
You would be
AL
tied
Central.
for first.
Yep.
You'd be tied for first in the Central. So, in the Central, you got the Twins at 28-26. The second place Detroit Tigers. What? Like, I'm sorry. What now? How? Cleveland.
AJ Hinch has them boys playing hungry.
Apparently, it only took benching Javi Baez. And then since then, they've been like, oh, cool. This is what we need to do. And then Eduardo Rodriguez flipped a switch. He's gonna opt out of his player thing, and is he gonna be a Texas Ranger? St. Louis Cardinal. I think he's gonna be St. Louis Cardinal.
Do you think the Rangers would go out and get more starting pitching? It's their bullpen that hurts them. It's not the starters.
Well, Aroldis Chapman is going to be a Texas Ranger at the trade deadline. Like that's where I'm putting him right now.
I think he's going to be a Dodger. Their bullpen sucks too. That screams like a Dodger thing to do.
Yeah. But the Rangers need starting pitching though, or not starting pitching. Excuse me, bullpen help. And so I think they're gonna. I think at the trade deadline they're like, let's go get all the bullpen. Let's go, because we all know, Astros fans. I know you don't want to hear this. I know you don't want to hear this, and I know you're not going to believe me. But y'all need to be worried about the Rangers. We need to be worried about the Rangers. I will put it out there because they had done most of their damage without Corey Seager. And now that Corey Seager is back and hitting freaking bombs, you think that with the way that we're playing right now, you think that this is that they're not a problem? They're going to be a problem, guys. Like I don't want to say it because I hate Minute Maid Light in South Oklahoma, but you should probably take more stock in the Texas Rangers and don't just blow them off because they're going to be a problem.
I disagree, but that's because they have done this before. This is not the first time they have come out of the gates in a hurry, look like they were going to be good, and then all of a sudden all their arms fall off, or these young guys that are hitting right now forget how to hit. And Adolis Garcia, prime example. He absolutely crushes the Astros in Arlington, right? Can't hit for, or is it the other way around? He hits
it's the other way around.
Yeah,
it's Minute Maid.
And that's one of those weird things where it's like plays above and beyond in Minute Maid Light. But I think that their schedule's been kind of easy. They did have a great series against Baltimore, but I just think the Rangers are going to do Ranger type things. They always do. It's like the Angels. The Angels look good on paper, and then they come out and they do all the things, and then at the end of the year going, what happened to you, Rangers? What happened? Or I'm sorry, Angels. I meant Angels. So
yeah, but I feel like this year's different. Nathan Eovaldi has been okay. Now there are a lot of, what did I say? There are a lot of ifs. At the beginning of the season, preseason, I said there was a lot of ifs. If the starting pitching stayed healthy, if Marcus Semien and Corey Seager played up to their potential, and the other guys around them, and there were a lot of ifs. And at this point in time, those ifs are coming true. I mean, like, granted, they lost Jacob deGrom, and they're still doing this. Like I said, they signed 43 starting pitchers because they knew that everybody was going to get hurt. Dane Dunning has stepped up and moved from the starting rotation to the bullpen back to the starting rotation, and Nathan Eovaldi has been playing freaking like his hair is on fire. And I'm like, oh, I was really hoping that Nathan Eovaldi, like 34-year-old Nathan Eovaldi, was going to fall off, and he is not. He is just fucking shoved. I mean, I think his last 3 starts have been like a complete game shutout or a complete game with like 1 run, maybe, like 8 innings. I think the one of the starts before that was like 7 innings. I mean, like, he has just absolutely shoved for them. Like, you want to talk about a stopper? Like, it's Nathan Eovaldi. Martin Perez has done decent for them. Not the ace that he was last season, but still very good. John Gray has been really good for them. Andrew Heaney has taken whatever magic he had and brought it over. All of their starting pitching has worked out up to this point. Jacob deGrom is now coming back, and I think he's throwing off the mound. Or is it flat ground? I don't remember.
I can tell you he's on my fantasy team. I can tell you exactly. He's sitting in my IL slot. I can tell you exactly what he's doing.
Okay.
The little red box next to his name. That's like updated news. I've got that.
Yeah. I mean, they're going to get him back at some point. So they're going to, relegate Dane Dunning probably back to the bullpen. So that will be another, bullpen arm that will be good for them. But damn it, which Tavares is it, Tom? I always want.
Oh my gosh.
It's Leote.
Yes.
Okay. See, I was good. I did not say Willie, even though that was the first. That was the first Tavares to come to mind. Was Willie Tavares.
2 days ago, DeGrom threw a 31 pitch bullpen session. That was Friday.
Mhm.
And this is 4th bullpen session in the last week and a half and took a significant step this time out. So
Okay. So
maybe.
is bullpen, is that off of flat ground? Is that on a
Oh, no,
mount? Like, I don't flat
that's a
ground? Okay.
normal. No. That's a normal off the mound.
Mound. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Opposite of what Lance McCullers did last time.
Oh God, Lance McCullers. Okay. So it sucks. It sucks to say, but
But
I'm just
listen,
saying.
back to the Rangers. You're talking about guys that are performing lights out, the best possible scenario. This is for me. You know what this starting rotation looks like in my mind on paper. It's Martin Maldonado having 16 hits in 16 games. Is it going to continue? I doubt it.
Okay.
I just
Okay.
don't see it.
That's fair.
You're telling me a rotation of Dane Dunning and Martin Perez being average, not good. He's probably the best name of all of those as far as like Astros, Rangers, whatever.
Mhm.
Martin Perez has always dominated the Astros. Very mortal right now. Nathan Eovaldi, nobody wanted him, washed up. The Red Sox were done with him.
Now, well, I think the Red Sox did want him, just not at his price point, not at Nathan Eovaldi's price point. And so I think the Rangers were I don't want to say the only option because I don't know, but the only option willing to pay him the price that he wanted.
I mean, this is a team that went and traded for Jake Odorizzi. What does that tell you? They were throwing stuff up against the wall, hoping something would stick.
And it has, although Kumar Rocker is out with TJ. So.
Oh, fun fact. The Rangers went out and got Odorizzi and Will Smith, who were traded for each other last year.
Oh, that is right. That's that's funny. Although
for it being historically bad, both of them were bad, and people were like, change the scenery. They were like, you know what? We like those guys. We'll sign them. I just don't have any faith in it. Maybe I'm wrong. I'll gladly say I was wrong. But until those guys can prove over the length of a season, everybody can have a good month.
That's true. That's true. So I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I think that the Rangers are a little bit more dangerous than the Astros fan base is giving them stock. I don't want to admit it. I don't, and it hurts me. It pains me to say that, but unfortunately, I got to. The Cleveland Guardians, Chicago White Sox. I mean, like, really though, if the White Sox go, like, they may overtake things, right? Although Dylan Cease is looking very mortal. And Kansas City, if the Athletics were not as bad as they are, we would be talking 100% about the Royals right now.
Kansas City beat the Cardinals today
with almost a perfect game. With a combined perfect game. Like, at this point, like, you should have just let it happen, Cardinals. Like, that would have been better.
You could have been a part of history.
Yeah. But I mean, Kansas City's on 17-38. Like, they're only what? Well, hold on. Did the Athletics win yet? Or did the Braves make a miraculous comeback?
I do not have the scores in front of me, but I will pull them up.
I'm going to no. 7-2. 7-2. So they finally got to win number 11. Finally got to win number 11. So the Kansas City Royals are only they've only won 6 more games. Like they're like, thank goodness for the Athletics, man, or we'd be the laughing stock. So yeah, I don't know. I think Kansas City is gonna maybe not burn it all down, but they're definitely gonna maybe have a fire sale.
I just
like
want
a
their
half
catcher.
fire sale.
I just want their catcher.
They're not gonna. It doesn't matter. It does not matter
that
we get Salvi. Like, it doesn't matter.
It would though. I don't care what anybody says. Astros fans are bitter. They're upset. They're rightfully so. If Salvador Perez becomes a Houston Astro, Martin Maldonado will no longer be the starting catcher. I just don't care that everybody feels like that Dusty Baker is going to do what Dusty does. I think they'll fire the guy if he plays Martin Maldonado over Salvador Perez.
Hi, Aaron Rodgers. I think we should start talking shit about the Yankees now. I think
Today's not the day though. They're doing their job today.
No, shh. We don't want to give the Yankees any sort of kudos. That's not what we do on this show.
Well, they've got a filthy, dirty cheater pitching today. So, and he's been caught multiple times and actually caught once.
That is true. But it's Domingo Herman. Bader got hurt. Oh, that's sad. Wait, didn't Rizzo get hurt too? Not today though. Rizzo got hurt like yesterday, I think. And I didn't understand how Rizzo got hurt. And everyone was talking shit about Fernando Tatis Jr. And I was like, how? Why? Aaron, explain. But yeah, apparently Bader got hurt and I don't know how. Is he okay, Aaron? If you're not on the YouTubes, you can interact with us like because this is live right now. If you're listening to this later on in the podcast version, you cannot interact with us because it will not be live. But so I'm asking Aaron, and Aaron is not typing at me, how Bader got hurt. Running to first, holding his hamstring. Oh, that's not so good. That is not so good. No. Nope.
Not for a center fielder.
No. They need those muscles to do things. So, I mean, you get Luis Severino back, and now you minus a center fielder. That sucks for Yankees. I mean, good for us, I guess, but sucks for y'all.
Giancarlo Stanton, he's coming back.
Oh, is he? Oh,
well, he's due to go out on a rehab assignment. So,
okay, yeah.
Unless he pulls a Michael Brantley, he should be good.
Carlos Rodon, we don't know when Carlos Rodon is going to come back. I don't even think Carlos Rodon.
I don't think that guy's pitching for them this year. Even though somebody said that on Twitter, and Carlos Rodon's wife came out and was like, "Bullshit." Source.
I did see that. Aaron Rodgers, Rizzo jammed his head into Tatis's thigh to cause a stiff neck, reaching for the ball. I mean,
so maybe don't put your head there, Rizzo.
Can Fernando Tatis help it that his quads are like tree trunks? Like I don't think so.
What is his head doing anywhere near that dude's thigh? Is the question.
He was reaching for it. I saw the play, and then he was stretching out to get the ball. But it didn't look like Fernando Tatis ran into him, and that's what I feel like people were saying. It wasn't.
That sounds like Yankee fans being upset for no other reason. Yeah.
So I don't know. Typically, Aaron's a rational Yankee fan, so Aaron, holler at me and let me know. But yeah. So, but they beat up on the Mariners. So at this point in time, it's almost like when the Yankees were playing the Rangers. I'm like, damn, who do I root for? Do I have to root for the Yankees? And then I kind of have to because they're beating the Mariners, which, throws them down more. But yeah, so we'll move on to the West.
Okay, so I just saw the video. I had to go look it up.
Uh-huh.
I don't know what Tatis is supposed to do.
Exactly.
He's coming back to first with a play at first. If anything, they should be upset with the starting pitcher who led him into Tatis.
I don't know if it was Sevy still in then, or was it a I don't know if it was a bullpen. I want to say it was probably a relief pitcher. And at this point in time, they've just got so many random relief pitchers now that can't keep them all straight because they're still all getting hurt. And not Tatis's fault. See, I told you Aaron was a rational Yankee fan.
Appreciate you,
Aaron. So we will end on American League because that's where our home is, and we like our home. Like I said, Rangers lead. We're 3 games back. The Rangers record is 34-19 with a 642 winning percentage. Houston Astros 31-22 with a 585. Seattle is 28-25. Is the Yankee game over though, or is
it
the
5th inning?
Okay, 5th inning. Okay, so but they're already at 8-2, guys. So unless there's a miraculous comeback, which there might could be. That's not a thing. But that may happen. Probably not. But I don't know. How sticky is Domingo Herman's hand?
I mean, you can tell by his K numbers. When they're high, he's normally super dirty. When they're low, he's normally super average.
I'm like, uh, Yankee fans were just giving Tatis crap all series from steroids, used to hitting a home run. Find it funny with A-Rod doing steroids. Yes.
Oh man, that was like the most hypocritical thing ever.
Uh-huh. And good on Fernando Tatis, man. Like him kneeling and like directing, conducting.
Orchestrating,
Yes,
yes.
love it. I was like, yes, lean into it. Lean into that, Fernando Tatis Jr. I have a question though, Aaron. I need answered. Do we, because IKF is playing out of his mind right now.
And
And
they wanted him gone before the
yeah.
season started.
And Aaron Hicks got DFA'd, so good on y'all that you finally DFA'd Aaron Hicks, like 2 seasons too late, but whatever.
I can't believe how much money they're paying him not to play.
Are we back on the IKF train? Are we okay with IKF? Do we not want him dead any longer? Because like literally people on Twitter were calling for IKF's head, like literally, not just figuratively. So I need to know, is IKF like back on the okay train? Because he hit a walk-off single the other day that won them the game. So I'm just putting it out there. Aaron
Also,
Judge.
where are we at with Josh Donaldson? Is he the bringer of rain? Are you looking forward to his return? Or is that like he needs to get strapped to a rocket and sent to the moon with Dusty Baker?
I'm pretty sure he also needs to get strapped to a rocket. Did Judge homer twice in this game already? I think so. Wait, no, that's a double. I'm dumb. IKF double. Who is pitching? Is it Bryce Miller that was pitching for them today? That got lit up?
Seattle Mariners?
Mm-hmm. Yes, it was Bryce Miller that got lit up. 8 earned runs, 3 Ks, 2 home runs. And I don't know who the fuck the relief pitcher is. It's then. Their relief pitcher is then.
Not now, but then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a whole skit now. So yeah, and y'all lost Trevi though. Jose Trevino, their catcher, their main catcher, is also hurt. I don't remember how, but now Kyle Higashioka is playing out of his mind as well. I'm like, all right, Higgy, look at you going from not good and not playing to playing out of your mind.
Yeah, but you know what's wild? So Higgy's playing out of his mind, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what his batting average is? IKF. You know what his batting average is? There's a lot of ugly numbers.
Yeah.
You know, OPSs.
Aaron says, as long as IKF, Isaiah Kinder-Falefa, is not shortstop, he's playing exceptional. Love how he's taking the role of utility. As for Donaldson, I would like him to be DFA'd, rather call up Peraza to add to the infield. Okay.
I'm with that.
I have not watched much Yankee baseball either. I've been slacking on my baseball watching, guys. This summer and kids being home from school has just fucked up my baseball watching.
How dare they?
I know. It sucks having to like mom, and it just
what do I look like? A mother?
I know. I'm like,
I'm
can
a
I just watch
fan
baseball?
right now.
Like, guys, just sit down and watch the baseball. And they're like, we don't want to. So I need to get better at that. Anyways, so, but yeah, so the Angels 29-26, and then the Oakland A's at 11-45. Poor Oakland. No, not poor Oakland. Fuck Oakland. No, that's not the right attitude either. Somewhere
Things are happening. It is 8-4. Julio Rodriguez singles on a ground ball to the right field.
To
Aaron Judge. Taylor Trammell scores. Jose Caballero scores.
Oh, okay. All right. So just a couple more runs. Here we go. Jared Kelenic has also been playing out of his mind. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Hey there. Look at you, Jared Kelenic. But he's the last out. So Just kidding. That would have been awesome if he just hit a 2-run blast right then. But so the Astros. I'm not talking about the Angels because, this is not that podcast. The Astros. We swept the Oakland Athletics, as we should have, right? But, like I had been saying forever, just wait. Don't be surprised when the Oakland Athletics sweep us, because who swept us last season? The only team to sweep us?
It was
Oakland
one
Athletics.
time, Susie.
It's Oakland Athletics.
It was one time. They were better last year than they are this year.
I'm just saying. Okay.
Well, they disappointed you. Or maybe
They did disappoint me.
you.
They didn't disappoint me. Like, I'm very glad that we swept them, but we should have swept them, okay? But then Astros fans are like talking all this shit. I'm like, guys, we swept the Oakland Athletics. Like, it's not that hard to do. I mean, it is kind of hard to do because it is quote unquote a major league team, but regardless, it's Oakland Athletics.
So then by that analogy, Atlanta Brave fans tonight are burning the A down.
Yeah.
Because
as they should. Although I saw one of those plays and I'm like, Ronald Acuna Jr. just does not give a fuck right now. Like, he's fucking tired. Like, he did not run to first. He could have legged it out, but they're tired. So they're like, fuck it. We'll just give them this. We will just give them this. Oh, thanks, Aaron. I appreciate you. Aaron says, okay, bye, Susie. Just saw you were live. Wanted to stop by and say what's up. Aaron, I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Appreciate you, Aaron.
Excuse me. So the Oakland Athletics swept the Oakland Athletics. The Houston Astros swept the Oakland Athletics. See, it's a Freudian slip there. And we hit how many? 7 home runs this last game? Yeah. We had been, I don't know, begging the offense to do anything besides
a gift
eke
with
out
the
some
stick.
runs.
Do something.
Anything at all? No? Okay, cool. I mean, we did just enough, right, to win the first 2 games. We're like, cool. Yes. But this last game, that is the game that we anticipated, right? Like, that's what I thought we were going to have the entire time. But I feel like maybe not, right? Like, so I, on the Relevant app, said to Monica, my co-host over there, you know what? Like, our boys were just being very considerate, and they just didn't want to embarrass the Oakland A's. So, we weren't gonna put a hurting on them just yet. Like, we wanted to give them just a modicum of dignity before we snatched it away and said, fuck your couch. Like, this is what we're gonna do. And and you said it, Tom, the admin, Houston Astros Twitter, got a little spicy. It was not super spicy. Tens of runs in front of tens of fans. That was it. There was no picture of a broom. There was no mention of anything else. That was just it was a literal statement about the score and how many fans were in attendance. Okay? Now, people apparently get very hurt over words.
Depending on who. Because Twitter was very, very animated today because I don't know if you saw this or not, but they took that tweet down.
Yeah. No, I tweeted about it. That it got deleted. I'm like, what the? Why? So here's the thing, though, guys. Like, if your feelings are going to get hurt over a random sports team, not even tweeting at you individually, you should probably log off. You should probably delete Twitter, delete Facebook, delete any other social media application, and go outside. Read a book. Because if your feelings are that paper thin and fragile, that when the team actual official Twitter tweets something as innocent as tens of runs and 10 in front of tens of fans, and your feelings get hurt over that, just fuck all the way off. Just that's dumb. I'm sorry. That is dumb. Okay? And oh, all right.
See? Dumb.
See? He agrees. He also agrees, okay? Guys, it's I wasn't going to talk about it. I wasn't going to draw more attention to it because in my heart of hearts, I don't think it was an actual thing. But the Oakland A's broadcaster of 20 years literally said a racial slur on the broadcast and got fired. And there is more uproar over this stupid fucking tweet from the Houston Astros than there was of an actual issue. How?
How? Because of the author. And it's dumb. It's absolutely dumb. And what I thought was really bad, what I thought was really, I don't know what the right word is, but you had people like actual people, reporters from Houston, reporters from other areas, like come for the Astros admin. And I'm just like, why? Like somebody, that probably wouldn't have said anything any other way. No, that's wrong and insensitive and wrong and this and that. And I'm like, are you serious? There's no reason. There's no, maybe like you said, log off, go play Words with Friends, because you got no business being on an app where there's some violence going on all the time. And if you're not careful, you can get it. It'll come for you for no other reason than you were just being dumb in the street. And there's been so much worse that it came out. We talked about it on our podcast where, you had the Yankees admin go at Baltimore, with the Taylor Swift lyrics.
Swift, yep.
Yeah. Gonna play.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Orioles. Commendable troll job. 100%. Chef's kiss.
And that's no worse. No worse. And everybody saw it. They got him. The Oakland A's are trying to actively relocate their fucking ball club to Las Vegas. It's not a secret. They've got renderings of the damn building outside. And you're upset because the Astros admin said, hey, there's not a whole lot of people in the building today. And the Astros scored 10 runs. And that's your problem.
Yeah.
If you'd had that much vigor, if you'd had that much fight, maybe the team would not be leaving your city to go to another city, which nobody's talking about that. They're like, all right, I guess we're out of here.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about that.
Well, and now people are saying, well, it's not the fans' fault. And I'm like, look, I understand. Like it is a double-edged knife here. Okay. Like y'all don't want to come support the Athletics because let's be really fucking honest, the talent on the field, not so great. Like I don't think I would spend my hard-earned fucking money on a team where we're gonna get shelled every fucking night. There's a family of fucking possums that live in the away team broadcast booth. Okay, like 95% of the Coliseum is in shambles. Okay, like yes, fans, I hear you. Okay, like I understand. I also probably would not spend my hard-earned fucking money to go to a game there. Okay, so it is a double-edged sword here, where is it the fans' fault that they're not coming? Kind of, yeah, because you're not going. Do I blame you for not going? No, I do not. I don't, because like I said, the product on the field kind of sucks. Now, for a while there, it did not suck. For a while there, it was. I mean, y'all are winning like what 85-ish games, 80-ish games, right? Like when the Mats were there and Sean Murphy was there, like it was so good. It was some good people, some good players, some good stuff happened on the field, right? And so I understand that you get a little hurt. But the fact that like you're this hurt over it, like stop it. Stop it, okay? And then when the same people are actively talking shit and actively saying that they hope that they throw at us, I'm sorry, what now? Like how are you actively saying that this hurts your fucking feelings and that we should be so fucking ashamed, and yet you are literally condoning physical violence against our players? And I mean, let's fucking talk about physical violence, okay? Let's talk about physical violence for a hot second here, okay? Now we all know that the quote unquote unwritten rules of baseball, like if you show up, if you show up our players, we're gonna throw at you, okay? It may not, and you do it again, I'm gonna throw at you again, all right? Like, so Jose Abreu, we all know, if you follow the Astros at all, has been struggling, been the captain of the struggle bus, like just 200 plate appearances since like September of last year, has not hit a home run. And I've been saying, look, guys, I don't care if he doesn't hit a home run, just as long as he doesn't ground into a fucking double play. Just get some ribbies and we'll be okay, right? Deep down, I kind of wanted him to, to up the power, okay? Up the slug number, sir. Up the slug number. On the outside, though, like, it's okay. It's okay. Jose Abreu, you don't have to hit a home run. This motherfucker hit a home run in the Coliseum for the first time this season, and it was fucking majestic, and it was magical, and you saw grown ass men turn into little fucking boys over it, and it was awesome. It was fucking awesome. So, Jose Abreu, if you haven't seen it by now, I don't know, you probably would not be on social media then, because Jose Abreu hit the home run, and as he realizes that it's going over the wall, he hits second base and he turns on the fucking jets. And just, I think he said that it was like the fastest sprint speed home, like from a home run trot or whatever, besides Bobby Wood Jr.
No, he is the fastest. There's apparently somewhere that records it. He passed him. He's number one. Yes, 17 miles an hour or some junk like that. Around, and it was even before he hit second. He turned first, and then all of a sudden it was a gallop all the way around. So much so that he almost made himself sick. He had like a dip in. He gets all right, to finish the whole thing, not to steal your thunder, but he comes around, touches home, slides into his team with a hook slide.
Yep.
They're all jumping around like they won the friggin' World Series. It's 10-1. And the dude gets to the end of the bench, sits down, has to take his chew out because you can just see him hyperventilating. Right. He's like, I just gasped myself out. So
get that man some oxygen. I hope they got him some oxygen.
Right. So, and this had nothing to do with Oakland. And if Oakland was under a rock, they would still know that the guy's numbers on the back of his baseball card suck.
Yeah.
And that this was the biggest release off of his shoulders that he's had in, 300 plate appearances or something ridiculous.
Mm-hmm.
And he finally got it done. And nobody was more happy than his ball club, which is the ultimate sign of like a team just like, look, we got you, homie. We got you. And they did that. You got Michael Brantley at the top rung in a sweatshirt who can't hit a baseball up there cheering like if they won the game off of that at bat. Just an amazing all the way around. For all the noise we talked about Maldi not showing Yainer Diaz any love, he was up there showing all the love. And for me, I think that that's going to help Jose Abreu going forward more than anything. But then what happened after that is what have us ready to go to war on this fine podcast.
Yeah. So next at bat, motherfucker plunks him on 95 miles an hour on the arm. I'm sorry, what now? What the actual fuck, guys? Like, and at like the millisecond that it happened, I was like, oh hell no. And then I realized that they were throwing at him, and I was like, oh fuck no, absolutely not. And then that picture of the dugout. I need a picture of that on a shirt.
Right. Before that, you could see Jose Abreu like look at the dude and start jawing at him like, really, bro, this is what we're doing? you know, and
I would not want to talk shit to Jose Abreu. Like, of
he's
all the
probably.
guys,
I mean, I
well,
feel
besides
like he's.
Jordan.
Yeah. There's like a top 5 of in the hierarchy of Astros guys that I'm not gonna fuck around and find out with.
No.
It's like Jordan, Jeremy Pena, Jose Abreu,
Yeah.
you know, Yiner Diaz. These guys are constructed. They're big fellas.
Yes.
They lift weights.
He
They're
is thick.
like love Mauricio Dubon to death, but I'm probably squaring up with him. I'm probably going, you know what? If I got to pick one of these guys, that's the guy I'm going after. I'm not going after one of these big dudes. Just not doing it. Not smart.
Not gonna lie though, I think Mauricio Dubon has got a lot of like deep-seated rage on the inside. I
he's
think
a Latino. That's kind of,
I think the
built in.
motherfucker could throw hands if needs be. If needs be, I think he could. Um, I so, but in that picture though, in that picture, I'm looking at like literally everybody, like just scanning across and seeing everybody, and I'm all, it's not a dugout I want to fuck with. Not a dugout I want to fuck with. I would maybe go fuck with Jake Myers.
Oh,
As
really?
well.
No, I'm not messing with Jake. Jake's a decently sized human. No, no,
Well,
no,
I mean,
no,
they're
no.
all, well, besides our short king, who
I'm probably
I think everyone, I quite honestly, I think everyone would shelter him. And Jose Altuve is like, what the fuck, bro? Like,
mm-hmm,
I can take care of my own goddamn self, you know?
mm-hmm.
Um, Although I do think that whoever squared up with Jose Altuve would probably be public enemy number one. Like, don't ever fucking come to Houston. Not ever, ever. Nope, don't do it. Mm-mm. So,
Don't go to
but yeah,
Minnesota either. Correa might be waiting for you outside going, yo, heard you fuck with my boy. You got to
that's
die
true.
now.
That's true. That's true too. I just, like, how are you? Like, it wasn't about y'all. Like, not at all in the least bit ever. And like, have some feel, guys. Like, I realize that it was, the score was high. Like, I got it. I understand. But it wasn't because of that. Like, it was because of how poorly Jose Abreu had been this entire fucking season. But, you know, it is what it is, I guess. Because, but the umpire immediately warning, warning, like, didn't even warning. I was like, no, I want to throw hands. I want to throw hands. Let's go. And
All
then
right. So in the group, which one are you?
I'm Mauricio Dubon. I'm Mauricio
Okay.
Dubon. Like, everyone would think that like they could take me. Fuck that. I'm scrappy as shit. Like, you think you could take me because I'm 5'2", but no. Like, I've got some deep-seated rage, and it would be on. It would be on. Like, you may get a couple in, but don't worry. I'm gonna take you down. Like, I'm scrappy as fuck. And this is why God realized that if he made me any fucking bigger, literally any fucking bigger or like taller, yeah. At that point in time, I would be fighting everybody. Like, if I was Shelby's height, because Shelby is thick,
It's a big
like
girl.
thick, with like 3 C's. Okay, like she's like 5'10". I mean, if I was built like Shelby, I would literally be fighting fucking, like, fuck with me, bro. Like, just come on, say something. I dare you. This is why God knew, if he knew. That's why he made me tiny. He made me 5'2", because he knew that I would just be that bitch, just to talk all the fucking shit. And then at this point in time, I'm like, you know what? No, self-preservation is a good thing for me. Like, and I realize that I probably am going to get my ass kicked at some point in time if I say what I really want to say. And this is why I have not enrolled myself into like jujitsu, because I would be that bitch again.
Well, for
And this is
me,
what I know.
I saw the whole picture. You got everybody standing up. You got obviously you got Jordan with the cup. Like, I want it. And for me, I
We
see
all
the
smoke,
picture.
bro.
I'm Jeremy Pena. He's kind of sitting down, like we can do this if you want. You're not gonna like it, but I don't think you really want to do this. Jeremy's body language is like, y'all really don't want to do this with us right now. This is a mistake for y'all. You got the big man standing over here to my right. The dude that y'all just threw at, you probably don't want nothing to do with him. Anybody that's got an extra knot in the beard, that's like, there's like part Viking in him or something. Like
Right.
he's really ready to die for this.
Yeah.
That's what makes you do that with the beard thing. Like that's not a normal look.
No. Anyone that has enough enough riz to pull that off. Yeah, 1000% you are correct, Tom. FYI, I am old as fuck. I should not be using the word riz, and I'm using that not ironically, because that's actually what it means. But for the old people that don't know what riz means, it's short for charisma. That's what the children are calling charisma, and that's just fucking stupid. But just in case you have teenagers or children around you and they are using the term riz, now you know. Now you know what that means. But if you were like a middle-aged person, you should probably not be using riz. Don't do it. It's not good. It's cringy. It's cringe. I can't wait for my children to be old enough for me to embarrass. So excited about it. But at this point in time, they're 8, and I'm their whole world, and nothing I can do right now at this point in time can embarrass them yet. Although I'm trying very hard. Very, very hard.
Speaking of embarrassed, how do you think Aledmus Diaz felt in the other dugout? He's seeing this whole thing going on, going, guys, please no. Like I want nothing to do with any of this. Like, this is a mistake. Like,
right.
I know every last one of those guys personally. This is not what we're doing.
I think him and Tony Kemp both are like, y'all don't want to do this. Like, no, you don't want to do it. And so I think if shit went down, they'd be like the two motherfuckers, like in like pulling people off, like go sit down, like sit your ass down, like youngin, go. Yeah, no, I don't. Although I think Ramon Laureano would just be all up in there. I totally forgot about that 2020 kerfuffle. Totally forgot about it. And I was like, look at you, Dustin Garneau. Totally forgot that you are badass too.
Legend.
And that other kerfuffle, was that Maldi?
I think so.
Was it? Or was it Castro? Like I think it was Maldi. It looked too thick to be Jason Castro.
Too many C's for Castro.
too many C's. But yeah, you just there's too many Latin guys on this team to fuck with, guys. Like I don't think you understand.
Cubans, not little Latins, big ones.
It's a whole other like genre. Genre is not the word I want to use. Category of humans you don't want to fuck with, right? Like just it's like I don't know, it's like fucking with the White Sox. I don't think you want to fuck with the White Sox lineup either. Like that's not a lineup you want to scrap with. Ryan Noda, I'm sorry, sir. Brent Rooker. I mean, they're nothing against y'all, but you some white boys. Like y'all don't know fucking shit.
And Estuary Ruiz is a little bitty guy.
He's so little.
Really quick.
Yeah, but not I don't know. Maybe you could catch Sands. Maybe he's like one of those speed boxers. Like just, like I didn't know that the speed bag was as hard as it was. And I was like, that's really fucking easy. It's not.
Nope.
I'm like, tell me you don't know fucking shit about sports or hand-eye coordination. It's me.
That thing will humble you real quick.
So yeah. We swept the A's. We lost to the Minnesota Twins today. That hurt. That hurt a lot. Not gonna lie.
The way in which they lost hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have lost 4-1 before the Altuve slam, you could have just chalked it up to, hey, the kids were out there pitching. JP France was pitching. They're in the middle of this, or not in the middle, but towards the beginning of this 17 game straight. And I need Astro fans to understand that that's a lot of baseball. And you're
without a day off, y'all.
Not getting any days off. Home, road. Like you're on a plane, off a plane. Like that's hard to get up for every day. So guys need to understand that they're just going to be games.
Mhm.
They were literally on the West Coast 24 hours prior, and
Mhm.
then now they're back
And
in
a
their home ballpark. Yeah.
and a day game at that. Like, it's not even, and we quite honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I'm really fucking surprised that we scored any runs. Okay, like we all know, double digit curse. We scored 10. Fuck, 1000% believed that Sonny Gray was gonna throw a complete game shutout today. Wouldn't even be fucking surprised by it. Okay, and for the most part, we kind of did. He came out at what, 85 pitches, 88 pitches, I think.
Which was really weird. Like, I almost felt like if I'm the Twins fans, I'm like, what are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
This offense went bananas yesterday, and this guy's dealing. Why on earth would you get into a bullpen and give them any chance to see somebody that they could hit?
Yeah.
And
So, well, I want to say that I think at that point it was what, the seventh inning,
mhm.
eighth inning, seventh inning, um, and he had walked one, and then single. So I think maybe it was like a case by case or player by player basis, and then Rocco Baldelli was like, okay, let's hook you out. But then Jose Altuve, did you see the Grand Slam? Did you see
I did.
Jose? Okay, so my question to you, Tom, about Jose Altuve's at bat. Takes a ball away. Okay, ball one, cool. Then the next two pitches, fastballs, almost cookie pitches. Like, I was like, what are we doing, Jose Altuve? We're just gonna take those? Okay. And then the third or the fourth pitch puts one into the Crawford boxes. And I was like, oh. So in my head, I'm like, did you not see the fastball well? Did you want to see another fastball? Were you going to spit on these two fastballs and hope that he was going to throw you another one and you were trying to outthink the pitcher? And you're like, maybe I can get him to think that I'm not seeing the fastball well. Maybe he'll throw me another fastball. And then parks it into the Crawford boxes. And so I was like, are you spitting on those? I need to know. Like, I need to know his mindset at that at bat.
So Altuve is one of the hardest guys to figure out because he's so used to being an early aggressive dude, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then when he doesn't go early, and then like you said, he takes a couple, now you're just sitting there going, well, shit, what do I do? Like, do I nibble? Do I try to let him get himself out? And then I guess in their infinite wisdom, they go, nah, fuck that. Let's just go at him,
Right.
strength on strength. And I mean, the pitch was up, it was elevated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, wow, like,
but
that's probably the last place you want to go with Altuve, because anything up in the zone, he attacks it. So I think they just missed. I think if they were going to throw him that third fastball, it should have been low. And they missed up, and he just.
Yeah. So, and that was kind of, I was like, well, because the second and third pitch, they weren't right next to one another, but they were. I mean, it was almost exact spot. So I'm like, and so I was like, I'm choosing to believe that Jose Altuve was like, I'm gonna outthink you now. I'm gonna make you think that I'm not seeing this high fastball that you're throwing me, because it was like what, 94, 95.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm gonna make you think, and then I'm gonna make you throw me another one, like challenge me with it one more time, see if I can swing over top of it. No. Jose Altuve doesn't miss. Now I will say that I was a little not surprised, maybe a little saddened that Jose Altuve got his first home run before Jose Abreu, but whatever. Everybody got their home runs.
For me, the short king is that dude for a reason. Like, if anybody thought he was just going to show up and struggle, you obviously haven't been watching him for his entire career, where all he does is hit. Like, the dude's had more issues defensively than he ever thought about offensively. So if he could hold the damn bat, you knew he was going to hit.
Yeah.
He's just been too good for too long, had how many seasons of 200 hits. So Altuve was never going to struggle with the bat in my mind. And it was just like literally 2 weeks in, here he is just doing what Altuve does. And this is what's going to make him, in my mind, a first ballot Hall of Famer. The pitch sequence thing that you were talking about, though, I picked up the game, his at bat before that, and he took a ton of pitches. And I think that was his, like, today, that was just what he was going to do. Some days he gets up there and he may see 5 pitches and 4 at bats. And it's like, well, that's Jose. Today, he got to a 3-1 count, then took 3-2, then I think he walked or I think he walked the at bat before. Yeah, I know it was a full count because it was 3-1 and he dotted him up inside, and he was halfway to first, and the dude, was like, oh, strike. So,
well, and I want to give a shout out to JP France, though. I mean, we like the score does not reflect, quote unquote, like how well JP France did, because quite honestly, I'm not expecting a complete game shutout from JP France. Okay. And 3 runs that he gave up in the 3rd inning, it was strikeout, a walk to Carlos Correa, and a little single to Alex Kirilloff. And that single, I mean, it wasn't even in the zone. Like he had, Alex Kirilloff had to like go out of the zone to like get that ball. Right. So now you got 2, and then Royce Lewis comes on, and it hit the foul pole, y'all. The home run hit the foul pole. Like that's pain. Like I was not actually watching the at bats because I was like listening to it and making a cake with my kids. So, but I was like, did they just say that it hit the foul pole? And I had to like go back and like watch. Yes, like that is pain. And I was thinking that it was like some like thundering like distance home run. No. It was like the foul pole. So it wasn't like it was not great, right?
Any other day, it's a long foul ball, and he goes on to roll the one over to second base.
And it just, it hurt. So you're like, damn it. But yes, Altuve walked in the bottom of the 3rd, and then, but I mean, 3 runs, like, again, that's what I would expect. I mean, he kept us in the game, but our bats, guys, they're cold. They're very, very cold. And then Seth Martinez came in, and then, allowed another run. Yeah. Yes. And then Kyle Tucker got in the bottom of the 7th, got a double, and then Jose Abreu walked. And I think that's where we picked it up at, because like then Brock Stewart replaces Sonny Gray, and you're all, oh, okay, there you go. Then Jake Myers got called out on a strike. Mauricio Dubon singled. Martin Maldonado struck out swinging, and that was the 2nd out. And I prayed to the baseball gods that Martin Maldonado was just going to get the one out. I'm like, please, for the love of God, just get the one out. Just get the one out. Don't ground into a double play. Please. And he didn't. Just got the one out. And then that majestic grand slam. And it was beautiful. And then Hector Neris came in. And we're like, yes. Hector Neris, good job. Guys, at what point do you think Jorge Lopez hit Yordan Alvarez on purpose?
I don't know. He was wild. Like, he almost got Bregman. He was all over the place. So when you see that, I don't think he purposely did it, just because he was losing command both ways. Unless you assume he was just throwing at Astros hitters down a run. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me.
I don't know. But I mean, like, maybe. I mean, because we had just hit the grand slam. I don't know. For all my conspiracy theories, I don't actually think that Jorge Lopez was throwing at Yordan Alvarez. But if you think so, holler at me. Let me know. Talk to me in the comments. Talk to me on Twitter. Let me know. But yeah, so then Ryan Presley comes in. Ryan Presley pitched yesterday, guys.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not a quick outing for Ryan Presley yesterday. So he came in today, struck out Joey Gallo, and then a single to Kyle Farmer. And then a strikeout of Correa, and then a walk to Alex Kirilloff. And I don't know what was happening with that walk to Alex Kirilloff. I guess they just really they were trying to get Alex Kirilloff to swing, because none of those balls were remotely even close. So at this point in time, I'm like, this is where I wish that I understood pitching, I guess, a little bit more, and like setting up pitchers or setting up batters. Because I'm like, why? What are we doing? Because literally 5 pitches and 4 of them were balls, like, and not even close. And then
So
Royce Lewis again with the fucking single.
So I can speak to that a little bit. With Presley in particular, his curveball is really effective into left-handed batters. So ideally, what you want to do, or what you see him try to do, not what I want to do, but what you see him try to do, is bury that thing in, get guys to swing over the top of it, and then to change, eye level, or to change where they're looking in or out, you'll see him use his fastball up, his fastball out, to try to get guys looking out over the plate, and then have that pitch come in and they swing over the top of it.
Okay.
So that's kind of how I feel like he sets up hitters. He'll start them off with that, and then, okay, I'll show you it, but then I'll go elsewhere and then I'll come back to it. Or he'll start away and then come back to it later on in the at bat. But the goal, I believe that hook is his put away pitch. You see so many people, Correa, when he got Correa to swing over the top, that was the pitch, into him, started, middle in, and then just dives down and you swing over the top of it. So I think that's what he tries to do more often than not, is to get to that pitch. But when he gets behind hitters, then it kind of changes his process, because now I have to come into the zone a little bit. I'm not going to get them to nibble on that. Sometimes he'll throw that hook over for a strike, and when he does that, then he's more effective, I guess, that way. But when he's got to throw a fastball at you, as you saw, it's something that somebody can handle. Somebody can hit right back up the middle.
All right. Well, so the Alex Kirilloff walk, I mean, it was a first ball, was an 89-mile-an-hour slider. Second ball was an 82-mile-an-hour curveball. Third ball, literally, 89.7 mile-an-hour slider. And then the fourth ball was a curveball, high strike. Not high strike, but like in the zone strike. And then the last one, so I mean 3-1, and then the last one was a curveball down away at 82.5. So
what I was getting at, what I was talking about, was the slider in, the hook down and away.
Okay.
So I believe those are the 2 bread and butter pitches for Presley. Okay. And then uses the fastball strategically to get ahead, but then a lot of movement with the slider, a lot of movement with the hook. And when he gets behind, that's when I think he becomes less effective with those pitches. Normally you see him, he comes right in, strike 1, strike 2, sometimes get over fastball, and then he starts messing with you a little bit.
Yeah. And then Royce Lewis, the hero of the game, I guess. That ball for that was an actual ball that he hit, 90-mile-an-hour slider away, and just far enough in for a fucking single to tie up the game. So now it's 5-5, and then Yuan Duran comes in. Jesus Christ, guys. No. Nope. No. Absolutely not. That is a scary motherfucker on the mound, because he is literally throwing 105 miles an hour, his fastball, dotting you up, and then in the same at bat can throw an 86-mile-an-hour curveball. I think his slowest curveball that he threw in that at bat was like 89 maybe. 89 mile an hour curveball. So the first at bat was Jose Abreu. First first pitch 103 fastball. Second pitch ball 103. In at you. No, sir. Nope. Third ball 102 mile an hour that Jose Abreu fouled off. Fourth ball 99.3 mile an hour splitter. Fifth ball that he fouled off 102, almost 103. Sixth should have been called a strike, was an 89 mile an hour curveball. And then the seventh was 104 mile an hour fastball that Jose Abreu hit for a single. So, I mean, good for Jose Abreu that I guess is getting his timing back, because how the fuck do you time up a 104 mile an hour fastball? But also, maybe we go get our eyes checked, Jose Abreu. I'm just saying. Maybe. Not specifically because of that, I bet. I'm just saying, like, overall. I
don't think it was an eye thing for Jose Abreu personally. I think he had a mechanical issue. I forget who put it out there. I think it was one of the Apollo guys or something like that, where they had a breakdown from last year to this year, and they were talking about his back foot being very active, where when Jose Abreu was really good, really quiet with his back foot. You know what I mean? It wasn't shifting like left and right. It was just planted, and then he's just able to drive the ball. If you saw the homer, I made the time to see that planted. You know, not shifting around in the box at all. Drove the ball. This 104 mile an hour fastball that he hit. You know, short, compact swing, not a whole lot of movement. Not trying to lift the ball, just trying to drive through it. I think he was trying so hard to lift the ball that he was chopping at it, and his normal swing would be just through the ball and elevating it. So,
gotcha. Okay.
I don't think I think batting the batter's eye has a lot to do with it for some hitters. You just see guys that just hit so much better in one ballpark than the other, and it's just like you see it coming out of the pitcher's hand, and for whatever reason, whatever's behind it just makes it bigger. You know what I mean?
Right.
Where maybe Minute Maid just feels funky. Maybe he's looking at the big ass H behind the dude instead of the baseball. Right. I don't know. But
yeah, so again, I can't get mad at anybody that struck out against Yuan Duran, because literally 105 miles an hour, guys. So Jake Myers. I have to tip my cap. Jake Myers. It pains me to say this. Chas McCormick will always be my center fielder, but Jake Myers, you are doing the damn thing. I'm not saying that with my chest though, because I can't.
Will not.
I can't do it. I can't. But he is looking more like 2021 Jake and not deer in the headlights Jake, and I will commend him for that.
He got K'd in the was it when the reliever came in, and that thing was at least 2 inches off the plate and got K'd up, and I felt so bad for him, because here's a dude who's trying so hard to, you know, be better disciplined at the plate, because he was striking out a lot when he was struggling, and he took a pitch that was off the plate and just got rung up, and it was like, of all the people that doesn't need to happen to, Jake Myers is that dude.
Yeah, it was in the bottom of the seventh when he did that.
Yep.
And the first two, swing strike, fouled off, and then the third strike, I was mad. I was like, damn it. Stupid umpire. Now the umpire was dumb. Umpire was dumb on this game. But umpire's mainly dumb. Anyways, but okay, so for all the shit that we talk about Dusty Baker and not pinch hitting for Martin Maldonado, you could have knocked me over with a fucking feather when in the ninth, Martin Maldonado got pulled for Yainer Diaz. Now, I am battling with myself and saying I want to give Dusty Baker credit for pulling Martin Maldonado and pinch hitting him. But I think a little part of me is kind of reveling in the fact that no one's gonna fucking hit you on Ron. So just throw the rookie in there. Let him look like a fool. And that's kind of what I think. I don't actually think. I kind of do actually think it.
You shouldn't, though. That's not fair. That's not fair.
Yeah.
Because if you want him to do the things.
Oh, no, I do. I do. But I think Dusty Baker secretly doesn't. And so he's going to throw in Yainer.
I'm not talking about Yainer. I'm talking about Dusty. If you want him to pinch hit for Maldi, then that was the move. Doesn't matter who the pitcher was. Doesn't matter who it was.
You don't think he relished in it just a little bit more that it's Yuan Duran? Because Yuan Duran rung Yainer Diaz up the last time we played the Twins as well. But at that point, Yainer hadn't seen live pitching in like 12 days, and there was no getting around that one. Yainer had seen pitching, so
I'm gonna give Dusty the benefit of the doubt for two reasons. One, we want to strap him to a rocket when he does do it.
This is true. I'll tip my cap.
And then two, you just pointed to the fact that he just saw him the last time they saw each other. So if all the people that would have had a look at this guy, this would have been the second time the Yainer got a chance to face him.
That's fair.
So that is where Dusty's managing properly, going, hey, I got to do with some familiarity. He's seen him a little bit. He's the better hitter. I need to play him. Now, if you would have told me that Dusty did not go get him, and you would have been like, no. I didn't want Yainer out there against this dude because he throws 105 miles an hour. I would have said, Susie, you're fucking up, because Dusty should have put him in because he saw him before. So we have to be able to go, Dusty, you did your job correctly, sir. I would appreciate it if you keep doing that, sir.
Well, fine, whatever. However, the Locked On Twins host, Locked On Twins
don't look anything like each other.
No, stop it. The Locked On Twins podcast host, we follow each other on Twitter, and in the bottom of the seventh, when Martin hit for himself, he tweeted, does anyone else find it weird that Martin didn't get pulled for anybody else?
And you were doing everything.
And I replied, and I tweeted back at him, absolutely not. No, Maldi loves, and I mean loves, Martin Maldonado. And at no point in time would he have pulled him here. No point in time. Nope. Wouldn't it make sense for people to get pulled for a better hitter? That's not what he's going to do. But at the bottom of the ninth, that's when he's going to do it. Like bottom of the ninth, but not at the bottom of the seventh. No, there's more innings that can be played that Martin Maldonado needs to be there. And he was like, really? Well, yeah. So other people are like, wait, why is your catcher hitting with the runners in the scoring, the positions this late in the innings? Why?
It was also 4-1 too. I think you're not hoping for that guy to hit a 3-run bomb. You're hoping for him to move the line. Seventh.
But there were runners on.
There was. The one thing I do wonder, and I wonder if this becomes a thing. I hope it doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to hate everything if it does.
Oh, dear.
If they come out and they say that Abreu and Yainer got crossed up, and that's why he served up that dong on the first pitch in the 10th.
Brian Abreu.
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. I forget there's multiple Abreu's.
Hold on. We were just talking about Jose Abreu. And that's
No.
In my head, I'm all.
Because
Yainer running after Jose Abreu? Okay, I got it.
My first thought when the 10th inning happened, I was like, okay, Brian's in. That's awesome. And then he looked horrible. Nuts. And I was like, this is not good for Yainer Diaz. Like,
it's not.
But then it mean he got his shit together and pitched like the Brian Abreu. But that was, by then the damage was done and the game was over.
Yeah. But like, how many times are both relievers shitting the bed? How many times is Brian Presley and Brian Abreu like off? Now, like I said, Ryan Presley had pitched yesterday, and it was not like a easy 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think he threw like 25-ish pitches yesterday. Now we know Brian Presley is not the most sharp on back-to-back days, right? Like unfortunately he's best when he gets rest in between. But it is what it is, right? Now, Brian Abreu's last inning was a little iffy as well. So I don't know if he had remnants of that going through his head. I don't, however, want to put this on Yiner for Brian Abreu to be wild, because I mean, really, at the end of the day, the pitcher's the one throwing the goddamn ball, guys. Like,
Yiner did not take it from him,
right? Like,
I hope at the end of the day they chalked this up to, hey, Presley had a bad day, and anything that happened after that shouldn't have happened, because 99% of the time he closes that door, and we're not talking about it. Yeah. But you put some guys in some unfamiliar positions, if they really, in personal opinion, if they really didn't want to go to Presley, or if they would have felt like Presley wasn't the guy, I would have much rather Abreu came in immediately after Seth. And then it would have been Neris, who's closed before, who would have been able to close it out. And then you're going, well, Presley wasn't available. He pitched the day before, because Neris was nails. He looked great. And I think Neris is used to pitching a ton of innings. If you go back and look at him, he's always been a high work guy. Now, sometimes he gets beat up a little bit, but I think that's every reliever. That's just the life they live. You pitch one inning, you give up 2 runs, your ERA looks like 10. Yeah. So, but Neris has been really good.
Like, I was thinking, why didn't it go like Seth to like Phil to Neris? Like, that was where my mind kind of wandered, I guess. I was like, why is Brian Abreu out? Like, I mean, high leverage, I get it. Like, I don't, when you see the high leverage situations, you're not thinking Phil Maton is going to be the guy. But like this season, Phil Maton has been the guy. Like, so I don't know that, but it is what it is. And like, and I've seen people like shooting on Ryan Presley. I'm like, guys, like Ryan Presley has been like really fucking good. Like, I don't think he's blown a save since like last season. I mean, I'm talking like far back last season, like possibly like that Yankee game where he shit the bed, like last season. That was in like what, July? So don't hate on Ryan Presley. Don't hate on Brian Abreu. Although Rafael Montero, like you stay away from the later innings for a while.
And I mean, they did. They used him in the 10-1 game. He came out, he pitched great. I think if we're going to talk about Montero, which we should, because ideally he would have been available, because this is a guy that in the past has been able to pitch in high leverage. He's closed games for the Astros when Presley was down last year. I think we need him to get right. He needs to be back to that dude, because in a perfect world, if Presley was down, Abreu or Montero would have closed. Right now, you can't trust him. So there needs to be some sort of method to get him back there.
Yeah. Like I said, clean 6th, clean 7th. Give us, if shit hits the fan, we got a couple of innings to like try and get back. Okay. Montero, you get the clean 6th and 7th innings for a little bit. Just get your confidence back up until shit can happen again. But it is what it is, guys. Like our bats need to wake up. There's no two ways around it. Like our pitching, like while we're whining about it, has given up the least amount of runs overall in the entire league. So
team ERA is like second or third. Yeah.
Yep. Our bats, however, like way down on the list, guys. Like way down. Like out of 30 teams, I want to say we're probably like 24th. It's not a good look. Not a good look. So
An Astros fan in general just need to calm the fuck down. There's a large group of incredibly spoiled Astros fans that just do not remember the dark days and just choose to believe that the Astros have never lost and they've just been great for 6 years. And it's like this is going to happen. Like
I don't know what you're talking about. I only know the good Astros, so I'm gonna need them to step the fuck up, okay?
like
Yeah.
I got news for you. Vegas has them at 92 wins, which is awesome considering they started 16 and 17. And
Right.
before the season even started, they were only projected for 95 wins. And that cost them, I think, 4 games. Then they went nuts for 2 weeks, won 14 of 17 games. And now they're back up to like 95 wins. So if you do the math, a third of the time they're going to lose.
Yeah.
It's just going to happen.
Not a
So
math
a
pod.
game
No.
like this, I
Not a
know,
math
I know.
pod.
I did the math for you.
Thanks.
A game like this, you're proud of your team for scrapping. You're proud of your team from Sonny Gray pitched a great game.
Yes.
They
Yes, he did.
still found a way to get into that bullpen and to turn the game to their favor. Now they didn't finish it, but at 4-1 in the 6th inning, you're going, this game's over. Turn it
Yeah.
off. And then they fuck around and score 4 runs. Then it's like, all right, you close it up, but you just got to tip your cap to the Twins. They wanted a little bit more. Duran is a friggin' monster. They allowed it to get to him. If you allow it to get to him, he does Duran things. He throws 100 million miles an hour.
Yep.
Get
Yeah.
tomorrow.
So, well, maybe not tomorrow either. I don't know. Joe Ryan has also been very good for them. So, Joe Ryan, I want to say has like a 2 something ERA, like maybe like a 2.5 ERA. So he also very good. I don't remember what we did against him last time out, or if we even saw him. Yeah, we did, I think, because Sonny Gray was the first guy. So, but yeah, guys, if we don't, it will be the end of the world. I realize it may feel like the end of the world, but it won't be. Okay. So we have got the Twins and then the Angels come into town, I believe, right? Am I correct? I mean, I may be, but yeah. So
No, you're right.
Twins for 3, and then Angels for 4. And then Toronto for 4, and then Cleveland for 3. And then an off day. So at this point in time, I mean, it's going to be a slog. There's no two ways around it. It's going to be a slog. Odds are we're going to face Shohei, probably Patrick Sandoval. Trying to think of their actual rotation. There's the other guy that I always think is Andrew Heaney. That's not Andrew Heaney.
But looks like him though, right?
Yes. Well, in my head, that apparently in my head, generic white guys all look the same because hi, Dylan Cease and Spencer Strider. Also Hunter Pence, Dallas Braden. See?
So a lot of the Astros have only seen Joe Ryan once. But what I can tell you is they've all hit him. So
like our current Astros?
Yeah.
These aren't like George Springer, Carlos Correa numbers.
Jose Altuve is 1 for 3 with a walk. Alex Bregman, 1 for 4 with a double. Maldi, 1 for 4 with a single. Let's see. Jeremy Pena, 1 for 4 with a single. Jordan's got a homer against him.
Okay.
So Abreu's got a double against him. Chaz has got a single. Like a lot of 1 for 5s, but they've all hit him.
Okay.
And on the other side, Belak's numbers are pretty good against a lot of these guys. Gallo's got a single.
I'll set my cap to Brandon Belak. because quite honestly, I was expecting him to get blown the fuck up. However, he pitches into and out of a lot of traffic, and he makes me very nervous. All the nervousness is okay. Like, he loads the bases quite frequently, like way more
Mhm.
than is comfortable level. But then he worms his way out of it somehow. So good on you, Brandon Belak. Good on you.
My fear is tomorrow feels like a Correa day. Like I feel like he's gonna do something. I don't know why. It just does.
I think I said don't be a hero, Correa, 43 times today. Like when there was like 2 on in the, I don't know, 8th, ninth, there was some, I was like literally chanting. It was my mantra. Don't be a hero, Correa. Don't be a hero. And then he struck out swinging. I was like, yes, thank you. I mean, so don't freak out, Astros fans. Don't freak out. It's a long season. It's a long season. And we're a third of the way through it, a quarter of the way through it. I don't do math. I'm not that kind of Asian, guys. I'm very sorry. But we may not win as many games as we did last season, and that is okay. Okay. Literally the Philadelphia Phillies wormed their way into the playoffs, winning like what, 82 games, 84 games last season. So chill the fuck out. Chill the fuck out. Okay. That is the overwhelming message that I need to remind myself and at you as Astros fans. Chill the fuck out. Fingers crossed that we win though tomorrow, because we all want to win. So I think with that, I think we're gonna close the show because we've been talking for 2 hours. I really wanted to end the show at like 1:30, but there was no way. There was no way, because we needed to talk about Jose Abreu getting thrown at. But yeah, I think we're gonna end the show. Tom, do you have any other pearls of wisdom that you would like to share with class?
I mean, really just echoing what you said. 17 games in a row is not any small thing. I know I think the level of competition gets easier once you get past the Angels, but you're gonna have to show some patience. They're gonna need some days off. They need to get some guys back. We'll see if they get some guys back. I know there's a potential for a 6-man rotation with Ronel Blanco. You guys need to understand that this guy's pitching AAA right now. He may or may not be great. If they finish this 17 game, over 500, chalk it up as a win and keep it moving. Right now, where the Astros are, in a great position to walk down the Rangers just by facing them head to head.
Right.
They don't have to do anything crazy. They could be even and then get it done head to head. So don't feel like the Rangers. I mean, you can, but they still got to play us. They still got to play the Astros. And that's when I think the silver boot gets decided, and then you'll know exactly who's winning this division.
Well, so after the 4 games with Toronto, we hit Cleveland for 3, then an off day, then Washington for 3, Cincinnati for 3, and then the New York Mets for 3. Another off day, then we run into the Dodgers, then the Cards, and then the Rangers at the end of June. So a mishmash of teams that could be hot and teams that could be not. Like, I expected the Mets to be way better than they are. I expected nothing out of the Cincinnati Reds, and currently the Cincinnati Reds are playing out of their minds. So it is what it is at this point. The Washington Nationals are actually kind of good. Not like kind of good, but like kind of okay.
They're good
Like,
for where they should be.
better than what I expected, honestly. So with that, we're going to close the show. We appreciate all of the 5-star reviews. I got another 5-star review, Tom. I'm very excited. We went from 13 to 14. Hooray! So if you have not already given the show a 5-star review, please do so. I would very much appreciate it. There is currently $17 now in my Spotify account, which is, hey, now we're getting up there. If you have not downloaded the Relevant app, you should also do that. RELEVNT. I am on there. Tom is on there. You can watch shows with us. I think that's it. Subscribe, like, share, rate. 5 stars. give Tom a good rating too. Give Tom a good rating. Give the Astros baseball podcast a good rating. I feel like you're like an Uber driver, Tom. Like give Tom a good rating.
Tip. Please
Yeah,
tip your
there you go.
please tip your not Shelby.
Yes, yes. So yeah, because like I said, just listen to the podcast over and over again. Like if there's nothing on, just put it on mute on like your laptop and just keep playing it over and over. Like I would appreciate that. Don't do that. Well, you could if you really want to. But with that, I think we're going to close the show and say goodnight. I think Monica and I have the Friday night game against the Angels. When are y'all? Are you Sunday? Saturday
Saturday
and
and
Sunday?
Sunday.
Saturday and Sunday. So you can join us on the Relevant app. We talk a lot of shit. We drink a lot of drinks. And a little bit more, well, I'm the same person. I'm the same person here or there.
The one thing
So
I would say is we allow you to talk your shit.
yes,
There's
this
a
is
little
true.
microphone button. You can totally get up there with us, speak your piece, be seen if you want to be seen. It can be your
Yep.
little avatar, it can be your camera. We're gonna definitely chop it up with you in the chat, and we don't discriminate. You can be a fan of whoever you want to be a fan of. We got a guy in there that's a Dodgers fan that will talk Dodgers baseball till he's blue in the face, and we welcome it. We have no problem with that at all. You do not have to be an Astros fan to come kick it with us. You can be a Twins fan and come kick it with us if you'd like. We won't hate you for it.
No,
We won't
no.
root with you, but we will root with you.
Yeah. So and they started this Relevant app, which is moving to Pro Sports Fanatic at some point in time. I think next week, a week after.
Yeah, I think so.
Sometime. But we'll holler at you and let you guys know. Basically, the Relevant app has a bunch of these chat rooms, essentially. So like lots of different categories and whatnot. Pro Sports Fanatic, obviously, just sports. So they started with the Astros, and eventually all of the fan bases will have some sort of teams like this. So if you are a fan of other teams, come join in over here in the Astros and kind of dip your toe in, see what it's about. And then like when they're ready for the Dodgers, the Yankees, the Red Sox, the White Sox, all of those fun teams, they eventually, like I said, will get teams from all of those fan bases. So it may or may not be you. Who knows? But I think with that, we will say goodnight and yay, baseball and broadcast.